All right, good morning. It is Sunday morning, and this is long overdue. I usually put these out on Wednesday mornings, and life has been a bit chaotic lately. So, end of week 9, we're talking about the therapeutic exercises we do, and the suggestion was that maybe we kind of run through a set of those instead of the forms because we've already got videos of the forms. So there's a bunch of things that kind of work together. So we work on strength and coordination and mobility and flexibility in order to improve our two primary systems in the body that assist us with balance. Those are proprioception and the vestibular system. So we do a number of things to work on those in order to master two things: giving ourselves a foundation of support, and that's our stance, whether that be feet together or feet, spread apart in some way. The other thing that goes with that foundation of support is centering our gravity, centering our body weight over whatever that foundation of support is. So when we've got our feet together or our feet parallel or side by side with a little space between them, it is easy to center our weight. Once we narrow that, say we go into a tandem stance, now we have split that in half, and now we don't have as much left to right. Forward, backward, probably okay. When we go to one leg, we have to master being able to move our body weight, our center of gravity, over that new foundation of support, which is only a single leg. So that's the type of things we work on. So, number of ways that we get there. We usually start off just going side to side. Just keeping the foot down, and what we're looking for is we want to feel that leg that we're leaning into get heavy while the other one gets light. So just noticing that shift of weight. And this happens, even when we're walking. When we take a step forward, our weight is here. This one's empty. We bring it forward, the weight shifts. So we do this weight shifting all the time. We just need to get conscious about it and mindful of it so that as we age and we tend to do things like shuffle our feet, we maybe start to rethink the way that some of those things happen. So shifting side to side, and then we just begin to lift a leg. And now we start working on strength, that single leg strength. Then bringing a knee up. Once we have that knee in the air, there's a number of things we can do. We can just hold it up there. It doesn't matter whether the knee is up in front or maybe in back, either way, but get it off the floor. Working that hip, very important, not only for walking, but for going up and down stairs. The two primary things that we want to be working on that are not familiar to us necessarily are walking backwards and walking sideways. Those are the two movement patterns that we need to have in our brain so that if we get bumped or in some other reason we end up having to go sideways or backwards, that is not foreign to our brain. So we've got that knee in the air. What else can we do? We can do our taps. Now we're not only working on the coordination of tapping a specific spot on the floor, we're also building strength in the leg we're standing on. We often do the pedaling, so pedal the bike. And take a little pause in the middle, pedal the bike both ways. Another way you can challenge this is sliding the leg forward, circling it around. Now we're adding some motion of the body. In addition to that, it helps build the strength in the leg, also helps build core strength and flexibility of the hip. The other stance that we do frequently, in fact every class, is we do that tandem step, heel to toe. Now, we can put the feet a little bit further apart, still in a single line, and that'll challenge things in a different way. But we've been working the heel and toe, that tandem stance. We can do a lot of things with this. One of the things that's really important to be able to do is head movement, head and eye movement. Do that while you're in the stance. And we always want to work both combinations. One of those combinations will feel easier than the other for most people. So whether your right foot is forward or your left foot is forward. Once we have the standing and we're challenging the standing piece, then we can begin walking. So tandem walking, heel to toe, heel to toe. Now you may find that when you start out, your heel to toe walking is you're watching, making sure that your feet stay lined up. What you want to work toward is being able to go forward and backward with your head and eyes pointing forward And in our normal walking, we certainly are not walking like this, right? We're not walking with our head down, hopefully. That would cause us to run into things. So head and eyes forward. So those are the basics. There are a lot of ways we can challenge it. Now, we showed this little guy in class. This is called a third-party version of a device known as the Blackboard. It's got, I'm going to bring it up front close to the camera. You can see it's got a couple rods on the back. Both front and back have a rod, a single one in the front, and your heel goes on the smaller part. And you can use something like this to not have to actually go to single leg, but just step on it and all of a sudden you get wobbly. Now put that as your back foot in tandem, and even if you got a very good comfort level standing in tandem, you will notice it all of a sudden you're a little wobbly. So little devices like this, there's lots of different balance boards, there's different shapes of balls that are used, there's little cylindrical pads that are cushioned, there's lots of little things that you can keep around the house that will help you with that. Now, a caveat to everything that we're doing, when you're doing these in your home, be safe. Have a chair, a countertop, a wall, something that you can use for support while you're doing your exercises. We can work and work and work and work, and you're still going to have days where things just feel a little off. I mean, I've been doing balance work for the better part of the last 5 years with a fairly, intense focus on it. And I still have days where in mindful movement, when we're doing things like coming up on one leg, that feels a little wobbly. So you have to work it every day, but realize that there's going to be days that things just don't go as well as you would hope. So be safe. So end of week 9, we have 3 weeks of classes remaining. We'll have 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks coming up, that are just normal classes, weeks 10 and 11. And then the last couple days of March into the first couple days of April, that week is the spring break week for my local school system. We will be taking a family trip down to Savannah, Georgia, and we will come back, and then we will do our final week 12 that early in April, and that will wrap up this section of the class. The next class begins, we'll start it all over again. April 27th, I believe, is a Monday. That'll be the West Washington group, or the Fife group, and the West Washington group will start on Tuesday the 28th. Anybody who is new to the class, if you got friends that are wanting to take it, we'd like them to do an assessment that week prior. Same format as this time, Monday, Wednesday, 1 to 4. I'll be at Fife, and Tuesday, Thursday, the week prior, 1 to 4, I will be in the studio at West Washington. So have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe in the weather. It's going to get a little bit crazy, perhaps, over the next few hours, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.